Okay, so let's have deferrals. So deferrals may either be pre-collection or prepayments. Pre-collection or advance collection, prepayments or advance payments. So in these two types, there are also two methods nga pwede ninyo pilian in recording for the adjusting journal entry. Ang timanan lang ninyo, under sa prepayments, for expense method, original entry includes expense account kung expense method. Kung asset method, ang original entry, ang iyahang account involved is asset, an asset account. Sample, for expense method sa insurance mo na debit insurance expense, kung asset, prepaid insurance, both credit card cash, kay prepayments man or advance payment. After that, towards the end of the accounting period, you have to record your adjusting journal entry. So, here, you will establish a prepaid or an asset account. Prepaid expense, credit insurance expense. Sa asset method, baliktad lang siya. For pre-collection or advance collection, you have two methods also to choose from. In recording your adjusting entry, income method or liability method. Ang timanan pag income method sa original entry, ang entry involves an income account. Debit cash, credit, rent, income. Remember, pre-collection, ikaw ang naka-receive of cash. Prepayments, ikaw ang nagbayad of cash. For liability method, ang timanan, recognize liability account in the original entry. And towards the end of the cycle, record adjusting entry, mag-establish ka og liability account, pagamian in imong income account. Rent income, debit, credit, unearned rent income. For liability method, baliktad lang. Debit ka URI, credit RI. So, let's try to apply this method with an illustration for better appreciation. Okay. First, we'll have the prepayments or the advance payments. An example nga a transaction relating to advance payments is your prepaid insurance. For prepaid insurance, example, ang coverage is good for 1 year and nag-start siya April this year and will last April of next year. Original entry, di ba, ikaw ang nagbayad. Prepayment or advance payment. So therefore, no need to argue, nagita i-credit nga cash under asset method and expense method, nagyapunta i-credit nga cash. Sample, 12,000. Ang i-debit nato under asset method is an asset account that's prepaid insurance. Sa expense method, ang i-debit insurance expense. It's an expense account. Towards the end of the cycle, accounting period, you will record a journal, an adjusting journal entry, insurance expense debit, credit, prepaid insurance. Sa expense method, baliktad. Nag-establish prepaid insurance, nag-credit to insurance expense. Why? Diba class, nagbayad ta for insurance, good for 1 year. Pag December 2021, only 9 months were used up. Nagamit sa insurance is 9 months. Meaning to say, napay 3 months nga wala, unexpired portion pa siya. So kung sa asset method, ang atong prepaid insurance, pagamian nato o good for 9 months. Kay naanay ni expire nga 9 months. Therefore, you have to debit insurance expense to recognize the expired portion of 9,000 and lessen or decrease your asset account nga prepaid insurance in the amount of 9,000. Kung sa expense method ka, baliktad. Naguna na makag-recognize of expense pero not the entire 12,000 was used up because only 9 months worth is the expired portion. So, ang imuhang adjusting journal entry, dapat pagamian sa insurance expense, mag-establish og asset account nga prepaid insurance. in the amount of 3,000, referring to the unexpired portions sa insurance from January to March of 2022. Now, after we record the transaction, we journalize, we post it in their respective account ledgers, or what we commonly known as our T accounts. So, tanawan ninyo ang atong asset account nga prepaid insurance. Under asset method, first transaction, nag-debit ka og 12,000. This is an asset, so ni-increase imong asset sa prepaid insurance 12,000. Pero kay nagamit na ang 9 months, nag-credit ka og 9. Ang nabilin balance as of end of 2021 is 3,000. Ang imong insurance expense, adjusting entry, nag-recognize ka by December og 9,000. Now, tan-awon nimo ang imuha pong ledger using expense method. Sa prepaid insurance, sa adjusting entry na nag-recognize og 3,000. Sa insurance expense, ang original entry nag-involve og expense account, 12,000, but na may adjusting entry gi-decrease by 3,000 tungod sa unexpired portion. The balance is 9,000. So what do you observe? Anything you notice? Either of the method you use, still the respective account balances are the same. PI under asset method, 3,000. Insurance expense method, prepaid insurance, 3,000. Imong expense gi-recognize using this method, 9,000. Using this method, 9,000. Meaning to say, whichever of the method is applied, both are acceptable per accounting standard and per business practice. So, naara gyud sa business ang option, the discretion to choose which method to use in recording your adjusting journal entry for payments or advance payments. So, that's how you apply the adjusting journal entry, and that is also the reason why it's important to record adjusting journal entry para ma-reflect nato ang sakto nga account balances for every accounts. Because if not, our financial statement will not be accurate and will not be telling us the real position, the real performance of the business. And it will defeat the purpose of preparing an FS. Diba? The very essence of our work in accounting is to help stakeholders making sound economic decisions by providing them accurate quantitative information. So now, lastly, let's go to deferrals. Second type of deferrals ang advance payments, or advance collections. Advance collection. Ganiha, advance payment man to, kita ang nibayad in advance. Wala pa na to nagamit. You can use asset method or expense method. This time around, advance collection. Ikaw ang nakadawat og advance payment from a customer or your client. Two methods to remember: income method, liability method. Example of an advance collection is your unearned rent income. Like you are a lessor, you receive advance payment from your lessee. By the time you receive it, you record an original entry involving cash gihapon. But this time around, ikaw ang naka-receive, dili ikaw ang nagbayad. So you debit cash. Income method, liability method, debit cash, the same amount, 12,000. This is just an illustration na assuming nga ang imong na-receive nga advance rent income covers April 2021 up to April of next year. Sa income method, ang sa tutimanan, the original entry involves income account. So rent income is credited, gi-recognize mo outright, ang 12,000 is rent income. In liability pod ang iyahang gi-recognize, unearned rent income, 12,000. Now, towards the end of the accounting period, mag-record ta og adjusting journal entry. What happens here? Mag-establish ka og unearned rent income. Why? The 12,000 is referring to the 1-year lease period. But the expired portion or ang na-used up lang ni lessee is only good for 9 months. Therefore, you have to establish under income method 3,000 para sa January next year up to March of next year nga unearned rent income. Pagamyan nimo si rent income under income method. Diri sa liability, baliktad ang entry. Ikaw pod nagpagamay sa imong unearned rent income, you recognize 9,000 as your rent income for the year. Now, when you post it to the respective ledgers, the same happens here and here. Either of the method, still the account balances for rent income 9,000 under income method. For liability method, your rent income still 9,000. URI under income method 3,000. And here, kung mogamit kag liability method 3,000. Meaning to say, the business has a discretion to use whichever of the method because both will give you the same answer or the same account balances. What is important is you know what accounts to use when you record the transaction. So that's it for your questions. Please drop your questions in our GC. Thank you. Okay.